Northeast Ohio's #1 choice for news. Cleveland's own Fox 8 News starts now.
And welcome to this special edition of Fox 8 News at 7 as we look back at the life of Cleveland legend Dick Goddard.
Dick Goddard was obviously a key member of our Fox 8 family here, but we know he was a member of your family too. For 55 years he helped us plan our day with his weather forecast. We all, of course, trusted in Goddard.
But we all know his real love was the 4-foots, and he dedicated his life to fighting for animal rights. Tonight, Bill Shield takes a look back at the life of a legend.
He could sing well enough to perform with the Cleveland Pops. He could draw well enough that Disney once recruited him to Hollywood.
Come on out, we'd like to talk to you. The same week, had an offer to try TV.
He, of course, took that offer, and the rest is more than a half-century of Cleveland TV history, albeit with the humblest of beginnings.
I'm just so lucky. People have been so good to me.
Richard D. Dick Goddard was born in the Depression, February of 1931, and grew up in Greensburg, what is now the city of Greene in Summit County. He was the only child of Vachel Goddard, a railroad mechanic from southern Ohio, and the former Doris Dickerhoof. Neither of Dick's parents finished grade school, but they worked hard and he cherished them and learned a lot from them, including a passionate, lifelong love for all types of animals that, as a boy, Dick was forever bringing home.
Any animal that showed up on our little 5-acre farm there near Greensburg, I said, Mom, can we keep it? And usually it was yes, but the cow I had to give back.
Dick was an athlete in high school, playing football and baseball, and decided, along with 4 friends, to enlist during the Korean War, and went to tell his dad.
We're going to join the Marines. My dad said, no, you're not. Came back later. I said, how about Air Force? He said, great.
Once in the Air Force, Dick witnessed an H-bomb test and took a test of his own, one designed to find out what he might do well. That test changed his life.
One of the 3 things they said I could become would be a meteorologist. I couldn't even pronounce it, but it sounded interesting to me, and I said, okay.
How do you go from the Air Force meteorology to television?
By accident.
After the Air Force, Dick returned to earn a fine arts degree from Kent State. That's when Disney approached. To help pay the bills, Dick got a job at the Akron-Canton Weather Bureau. He chose TV over Disney, although being on air took some getting used to.
When I started, my voice was up so high, small animals gathered outside the station.
But in an era when weather was almost an afterthought during newscasts, Dick Goddard brought something unusual to the table. As a meteorologist, he was actually qualified, if always humble.
Weather is an educated guess at best.
You were known for getting it right more than a lot of people, right?
Well, perhaps, but as I say, 10 forecasters in a room, you'll get 11 forecasts.
What's changed in TV overall?
I'll tell you, Bill, it's the computers. Back then, I used chalk.
Dick started on Cleveland television in the early 1960s and then followed his employer, Westinghouse, to Philadelphia.
I realized once I was there, people were really nice to me, but it wasn't home. So I knew I had offers from 3, 5, and 8 at that time, and I'm a sports nut. Did Cleveland Browns stats for 43 years, and so when Channel 8, who was doing the ball games then, offered me a contract, I said, let's do it.
So it was your love of the Browns and sports that brought you to Channel 8, basically?
Pretty much.
And it was his love for his only child, his daughter Kim, that led Dick to start what was originally just a small parade, created as a PTA fundraiser.
You never imagined it would become what it became, am I right?
The Woolly Bear?
Yes.
Oh, no. When a couple hundred people showed up that first Woolly Bear.
That was the early 1970s. Today, the annual Woolly Bear Parade in Vermillion averages a crowd of over 100,000 people each year, making it one of the largest parades in the nation and the largest outdoor event in Ohio. More people are at the Woolly Bear than are at Ohio State football games.
I had no idea it would become this big.
Dick figured that if people made such a big deal of Punxsutawney Phil predicting when winter would end on Groundhog's Day, well, maybe they'd latch on to the idea of a woolly bear, predicting in the fall how severe or mild the coming winter would be. It's all in the size of the woolly bear's stripes. Well, that's the legend anyway.
And if you believe in Mother Goose and the Tooth Fairy, you're with the program.
The only controversy early on may have come in 1975, when Dick's daughter won the Woolly Bear 500.
They were throwing things at me, absolutely.
That aside, the Woolly Bear Festival is a weekend focused on families, on fun, and on the type of creatures Dick loved his whole life.
I promote animal welfare. That's my goal. Before I go to the theme park in the sky, I want to do all I can for the 4-foots.
Dick was often the life of the party, even the Ron Party. At a 2011 celebration to honor the renaming of the street in front of Fox 8 as Dick Goddard Way, meteorologist Andre Bernier recalled how Dick once showed up at the Ron Christmas party.
The people there at the party, they didn't care who invited Dick. It's just the fact, hey, Dick was there. Isn't it great?
And Dick would travel long and far for a great animal story, once driving to Pennsylvania to meet a dog that could sing I Love You. Really?
I love you. Love me too.
Dick Goddard loved a lot about life, including music. He was backstage when the Beatles played Public Hall in 1964. But music also provided one of the few regrets of his life.
I wish I would have learned to play the piano. I would have loved to have done that. I've sung a lot.
Favorite music or favorite singers?
Favorite singers? I love Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band and Sinatra. There was never a better singer than Frank Sinatra.
Dick Goddard certainly did it his way. He stayed the same in many ways throughout his life, rooted in the beliefs his parents taught him long ago, and in a sense humbled by all he learned along the way.
Don't ever think you know everything. The truly educated never graduate. Don't forget that.
We won't forget that, or you, Dick. We welcomed you into our homes for over half a century. You were at the top of your profession, with us all through dark winter storms and warm summer days. Your passion was for helping creatures less fortunate than you in any way you could. That's quite a legacy, and on top of that, you left us a parade that you started for your daughter. You are and always will be Cleveland's own, and we are grateful, Dick Goddard, that you lived life your way.
And Tracy, what an appropriate song choice that was, Frank Sinatra, My Way, because of those of us who knew Dick Goddard for as long as we did know, he did everything his way.
He did, just such a fitting song there. Well, no one, and I mean no one, loved animals more than Dick Goddard. He devoted his life to helping them and for years fought to make abusing them a felony. And now his legacy will live on forever through Goddard's Law.
Oh, it's wonderful. If it's the last thing I do of any consequence, I'm thrilled to death for the animals.
It was one of the proudest moments of his life when Goddard's Law finally took effect in Ohio in 2016. It took years of work, mounds of documents, and a team of dedicated activists, all led by Dick Goddard. And because of him, causing serious physical harm to a companion animal is now a 5th-degree felony. Lou?
Tracy, whether 4-foots and the woolly bear, of course, these were a few of Dick Goddard's favorite things. For more than 4 decades now, people travel from all over to Vermillion for the annual festival. We all know the event is his brainchild, but few know how it all came to be. Suzanne Stratford gives us the history.
It's free and it's just fun.
An incredible event inspired by a cute caterpillar. And who do you have there in your hand?
I have lightning, pumpkin.
I came up with the idea with my daughter. She was like 10 years old.
Fox 8 meteorologist Dick Goddard started the Woolly Bear as a PTA fundraiser and friendly competition with another weather prognosticator.
This is Punxsutawney Phil.
The groundhog is, of course, probably the most famous animal, supposedly telling us when winter is going to end. I figured we needed an animal on the other end of things.
According to legend, a thick center stripe forewarns a harsh winter, and a wide line means mild weather.
Caterpillars have really won many times versus the computers.
But the forecast is just part of this huge event, which almost didn't make it past that first parade in 1972.
The parade was so small that the front of the parade met the back of the parade.
And there were other challenges.
We've had some brutal November days.
But it continued to grow in the tiny hamlet of Birmingham. So much so, after 8 years,
And the church in Birmingham kicked us out. They said, "You're interfering with our Sunday events."
19 communities wanted it, and Goddard settled here.
Why? It's a beautiful Vermilion.
And it's been a perfect location.
Now, with more than 100,000 people attending, including all of your Fox 8 friends, the parade is impressive, the largest one-day festival in the nation.
This is my 4th year.
How old are you?
5.
Oh my goodness, you've been coming almost every year in your life.
Yeah, 1 year I was too late because I was born in December.
That's a cutie.
Kids compete in caterpillar races, costume contests, and a fun run, with pets also bedazzled in brown and orange. And despite the menagerie of visitors, Dick's proud to point out that there's never been a problem. Well, except the 1975 controversy when his daughter Kim won the Woolly Bear 500.
Did people think the fix was in, though? They were throwing things at me, absolutely.
But they say it's all in good fun, this warm and fuzzy slice of Americana that's guaranteed to make you smile.
I always tell people, if you don't like the event, you'll get your money back.
Suzanne Stratford, Fox 8 News.
Oh, so many wonderful memories and so many memories with Dick Goddard. We are just getting started. Still ahead, Tim Taylor and little John will join us to share their favorite Dick Goddard memories. Our special tribute to the one and only Dick Goddard continues.
Dick Goddard loved Cleveland and the Cleveland Browns. For years, he did the weather Monday through Friday and gave up his Sundays to help the team broadcast. Dick worked as a statistician for the home games from 1966 to 2011. Browns general manager Andrew Berry started today's news conference with a tribute.
Dick, he was a statistician for 43 years with our radio team. I never had the pleasure of meeting him. But I wanted to extend condolences to his family on behalf of the Browns organization.
So nice of Andrew Berry there. Bernie Kosar knew Mr. Goddard very well from his years as the Browns statistician. Today, Bernie tweeted, "We all miss and God bless legendary Fox 8 meteorologist Dick Goddard."
Well, another Cleveland icon shared his own. Drew Carey is not only a Cleveland native and fellow TV legend like Mr. Goddard, they are also both military veterans. Drew served in the Marine Corps while Mr. Goddard was in the Air Force. Drew tweeted, "Sad to hear about the passing of Dick Goddard, a Cleveland legend and one of the nicest guys. Honored to have met him." Well, Dick was presented several proclamations and awards during that final newscast, but none got a response as emotional as the one from the Guinness Book of World Records.
Dick, we could not be more proud to work right here alongside you at Fox 8.
And all of us are honored to be the ones to make a very special presentation to you today.
So Fox 8 has contacted the folks at Guinness World Records, and they have officially verified you as having the longest career of a weather forecaster of anyone in the world.
Wow. A copy of this certificate will hang in the newly named Dick Goddard Weather Center in our newsroom. We also have one for you to keep as well to show the pets.
So Dick, from your friends here at Fox 8 News in the morning,
congratulations.
I have that in my hand, yeah. We're looking at it right now, the certificate, the longest career as a weather forecaster, Dick Goddard, in Cleveland, Ohio, USA, from September of 1965 to 2016. Officially amazing, and that's on the certificate. How about that?
I could use a Guinness right now.
Such an emotional day there. Well, when we come back, we will look back at Dick's work with the Cleveland APL and his annual telethon.
And as you would imagine, plenty more memories, too, like this one.
It is now 6 below zero in Cleveland, and we had a wind chill factor at one time today, about 2 o'clock. It was 61 below zero, and the current wind chill is running around 50 below.
It's a perfect example of how dedicated he was to giving people the most accurate forecast possible, even during the brutal conditions of the blizzard of '78. Dick Goddard was out there in the elements, one of the many reasons so many of us trusted him and allowed him into our homes for more than 50 years. We'll be right back.
He absolutely loves those animals, love for animals, knew no bounds. And in 2015, he began hosting the Dick Goddard APL Telethon, which continues to be an annual event here at Fox 8. It raised more than $720,000 in just 5 years. And one of Mr. Goddard's final public appearances was at the most recent telethon in September.
He was greeted to applause and cheers from the volunteers.
We get the call.
Those phones ringing, but we reached over 134,000.
Now ask anybody who was there. The moment he walked in, the phone lines just lit up. The power there of Dick Goddard. Fox 8's Jack Shea takes a look back at his unwavering support for charitable organizations like the APL.
We speak for those who can't speak for themselves.
Dick Goddard was known as much for his devotion to the care and humane treatment of animals as he was for his accurate weather forecasting.
He was an absolutely delightful man, and just sorry he's not here anymore.
Sharon Harvey, president of the Cleveland Animal Protective League, says Dick's Dogs on Fox 8 raised awareness about charitable animal organizations and pets in need of a second chance and a new home.
If Dick Goddard on TV said, you need to go adopt this dog, our phones would ring off the hook.
Sharon Harvey says by lending his name and his time to the Fox 8 Cleveland APL Telethon, Dick Goddard helped ensure the proper care of thousands of animals in distress.
It's going to be in September of this year. It's our 6th annual Dick Goddard Telethon. And over the 5 previous years that we've done this now, he helped us to raise more than $750,000 to help the animals.
One of Dick's proudest moments came after years of fighting animal abuse. Goddard's Law was signed into law in Ohio. It made causing serious physical harm to a companion animal a felony in the state.
And we have Dick Goddard and his dedication and his tenacity and his belief and compassion and just big heart to thank for that.
A lot of Dick's charitable work was behind the scenes. I once did a story about a homeless man and his dog who lived under a bridge next to a river. Someone threw a bag of puppies into the water and the man was able to save them. Dick was so impressed and so moved that he asked me to arrange a meeting with the man and his dog. For the next couple of years, he provided them with housing and medical care.
This is Charlie, a lady.
And Dick could always be counted on to open his heart and his checkbook when the APL or another one of his favorite charities needed help, or a dog or a cat was in need of medical care or a new home.
Dick Goddard was so many things to so many people, but a fierce and passionate animal advocate was one of those things. And to lose his voice really is a significant loss to the Cleveland community and beyond.
Jack Shea, Fox 8 News in Cleveland.
And wouldn't you know it, as soon as the news spread of Dick Goddard's passing, the donations started rolling into the Cleveland APL in his honor.
Well, Dick would no doubt be reminding us right now that the 6th annual Dick Goddard Fox 8 Cleveland APL Telethon will be held on September 17th. And Dick Goddard had relationships with animal shelters all across the country, but the Cuyahoga County Animal Shelter was very near and dear to his heart. In fact, they call themselves the home of Dick Goddard dogs. Today, the shelter tweeted this photo thanking Mr. Goddard for his lifetime of service to animals in need. Every Friday, Dick introduced us to 6 dogs searching for forever families. It's impossible to know how many homeless pets found homes throughout the years. Well, before his career in TV, Mr. Goddard served in the Air Force in the early 1950s.
And he was so proud of that. There he forecasted for the nuclear weapon test by the United States Atomic Energy Commission in the Pacific. Just another incredible fact about an incredible man.
And he was also an incredible artist. In fact, the Walt Disney Company wanted him to work for them. Lucky for us, he turned it down because he already had an offer to do weather on TV, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And the resume is never ending. Meteorologist, animal advocate, artist, author Dick Goddard wrote several almanacs, and his book 6 Inches of Partly Cloudy came out in 2011. It's full of newsroom stories, fun facts, and his memories of all the broadcasters he worked beside through the years. And yes, the illustrations were all his. Dick Goddard was also a very funny guy. He had impeccable timing.
We've had, of course, no rain today. Our pollution standard moderate, 51 with 45 indicated for the day tomorrow. Tell you, I have never seen as many joggers as I saw around the TV8 studios today and the Shoreway. They were just out in great numbers. There were bike riders.
There you have it, a classic skit from Big Chuck and Little John. Some of Dick Goddard's favorite Fox 8 moments were with those two. And Little John joins us to share his memories next.
I've had worse than that. A cold mare's ass. Cold air mass. Oh, man.
It was that blooper, that legendary blooper that Dick Goddard was still talking about during his last broadcast here at Fox 8 News. Of all the funny moments in his career, that is the one that always made him laugh. Well, Dick Goddard will forever be known for his accurate forecasts, his love of animals, and his incredibly quick wit.
Certainly he was all of that. The man was sharp as a tack, and years ago, Dick made it clear he wanted to branch out here at Fox 8, and he tested his chops on the Big Chuck and Little John show. The results were, as you know, hilarious. Christy Capel has his stroll down memory lane.
We all know Dick Goddard when it comes to weather, but he also had another role here at Fox 8, something he loved very much, and that was being part of the Big Chuck and Little John show. In 1979, Houlihan left what was then the Houlihan and Big Chuck show.
Telegram for Mr. Rinaldi?
Yeah, Mr. Rinaldi, come on in.
John Rinaldi, known as Little John, stepped in to replace him, and Dick saw an opportunity to join in the fun.
Goddard sort of more or less came around and just helped us out. He'd do something, he'd walk on set, he'd do this. So we start using him.
See, for a long time, the anchors weren't allowed to be in our skits.
Right.
Yeah, he sort of broke it. Right, he broke the thing.
This is Greta Gams. She's got some original Matthew Brady Civil War photographs, and she wants to sell them. I want you to check them out.
Dick was so good in some of the skits that we continued to use him a lot, and he's in many, many skits. I hate to guess how many.
Tim Taylor and Casey Coleman sees whenever they see me do these little things with a TV8 player. They have no idea the training I've had and the nuances that go into this acting.
We actually had a Dick Goddard night, and where we featured nothing but Dick skits.
You got the wrong man. That was the Marquis de Coon. He gave me bad eye. Surprise, I got a bad chicken. You can't make fortnight forecasts with bad chicken. Oh, please, hey!
Chuck and John have done many hilarious skits over the years, but to this day, one of the most talked about and requested is the IQ skit, featuring none other than Dick Goddard.
You're going in reverse! What have we done? We've given him an IQ below 0! No! Oh, Doctor, this is terrible. What have we created? I'm afraid to open the door. Go, Steelers, go! Go, Steelers, go!
Well, Dick didn't save all of his humor for comedy as skits there. When you were involved in live TV for more than 5 decades, you are bound to have some mishaps.
Yeah, we call them bloopers, and Dick Goddard certainly had his share, but the way he dealt with his mistakes showed his true colors. Dick Goddard loved to laugh, even at himself.
And without further ado, let's bring out the king of weathermen, ace meteorologist, and a legend in his own mind, Dick Goddard!
Where's your red sweater?
But here's something we didn't make up. It's outtakes of Dick.
Wait a minute, I can only stand so much.
Sorry, sir. It's outtakes of Dick taping a promo at the
You'll
zoo.
love this, watch. She's X-rated. Go to the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo to find a new companion for a very lonely pachyderm. Join us April 24th at 7:30 and help Silver the elephant. That tickles, Simba. Simba, that girl.
Lake Effect Snow Machine is going to get turned on again tomorrow morning. Fox News at 8. Fox 8 News at 6. Oh, man, I thought I had that down. Now, this is Fox 8 or Fox 6?
Fox 6 News at 8.
Wait till Brillo gets out of the picture.
Go ahead, Dick.
Will tomorrow be a school day for the Snows?
Sunrise tomorrow at 6:15. But look to the east of there, you see clouds in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and that is with an upper air disturbance that set off a few showers. The fly is on the monitor now. This is Charlie, a lady. Charlie, what a wonderful dog. I hope you get a good view, Craig, of, no, don't worry about, Brendan, boy.
But from time to time, it's not going to cause any great deal of harm. Not at all. Okay, well, here comes the bride. Well, not really. I'm sorry.
Dick Goddard himself.
Wrong story here. Sorry.
How did that happen?
Dick, you never get into trouble, so I'll just let you
Yeah,
talk
right. Yeah. Try being a weather guy in Northeast Ohio. You know why cannibals never eat clowns?
Why?
They taste funny.
I've had worse than that. A cold mare's ass. A cold air mass. Oh, man. When you do
a few of the reasons why we loved him so much. He always made us laugh. You're watching our special coverage honoring the legendary Dick Goddard. Some of our favorite personal memories coming up next. Stay with us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dick Goddard. Happy birthday to you.
What do we have? Oh, my goodness. That is wonderful. You got my name spelled right and everything.
So many birthdays celebrated here at Fox 8. That was February last year when Dick Goddard turned 88 years old, or 31 degrees Celsius, as he puts it.
He loved to talk about that. Andre is here joining us on set right now. Andre, we've had, so much fun talking about the memories of Dick Goddard today, but also we want to underscore the enormous impact he had on weather forecasting.
Huge. As a matter of fact, every day, we're honored to do our forecasting from the Dick Goddard Weather Center, named after the most popular on-air personality in the history of Cleveland television. On November 22nd, 2016, Dick Goddard's final forecast, our weather department pulled the curtain to dedicate the set in his honor. It was just one of the many ways that Dick Goddard's name will live on in the city that he really, really loved. Look at that. That's great stuff.
We thank you very much for joining us tonight as we honor Cleveland's own Dick Goddard.